What's up, everyone? This is Evan.
And I'm Julia.
Today we want to do something a little bit different. I just moved to Sweden in August, and it's now November. So it's been like 3 months. I have a good job.
The weather isn't so bad as you thought it would be.
The weather's not as bad as I thought it would be. But in this video, I want to talk about 10 things that Americans hate about Sweden. Hate's a strong word.
That you think are odd.
10 things that I find frustrating about Sweden. I don't hate it necessarily, but 10 things I find frustrating.
It's different. And you're gonna tell them to me and explain what you think, right?
Yeah, and you have no idea what I'm about to say.
I have no idea.
The first one is that you have to slice your own cheese in Sweden. You can't buy pre-sliced cheese. Or if you can, I haven't seen it. You have to use a cheese slicer.
There are containers that you can buy when the cheese are sliced already, but here we have a slicer that you in a triangle.
I'm gonna get the cheese slicer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the cheese slicer.
And should we show them how to do it? You don't know how to do it.
So for all my American friends, this is the cheese slicer. And this is a brick of cheese or a triangle of cheese, whatever we call it here. But like, so if you just want a piece of cheese like on your sandwich, not only do you have to get the cheese out of the fridge, but you also have to slice it yourself. Because
then you'll get a thin, super nice piece, and it tastes better. I mean, you can just eat the cheese.
Can't they just pre-slice it though, like in America? Like, do they want me to go out to the cow and milk the cow and make the cheese and everything? If I'm paying this much money, can it just be pre-sliced?
I would never want to buy it pre-sliced because they're thick and it doesn't taste good. It's differences.
To each their own. That's the number one thing. That's the first thing that I find frustrating about Sweden, the cheese slicer. So thing number 2 I find frustrating about Sweden is when you go to the movies.
You're gonna say that there's no butter to the popcorn.
There's no butter on the popcorn. And the popcorn is cold. You go to the movies, you go to this like refrigerator thing to get your popcorn. You don't go to a person.
A hot refrigerator.
It's like a hot...
Like
It's not that hot because the popcorn's not hot.
Well, I mean, they're...
So in America, you go up to a counter, there's like a guy, he's like, what do you want? And you're like, popcorn. And he's like, okay. And he makes like this popcorn right out of the popper, puts butter on it, salt, and like you're watching the movie and it's good. Here you like walk up and you like open this cold heater refrigerator, take a pre-made popcorn that's probably been there for like a few hours, and there's no salt or butter, it's just plain popcorn.
There is salt, like a little container of salt. And pour it over.
Yeah, so you can get, I guess, like a little like the ones you get at McDonald's and just...
You can get 10 of those if you want to, right?
So that's thing number 2 I find frustrating about Sweden. Thing number 3 I hate about Sweden. You need coins if you want to use the restroom in a public restroom. Like if you're at the mall, you're at Nordstan, you need to go to the bathroom. You walk up to like a bathroom and it takes coins to go in it. And if there were lots of coins here in Sweden, that would be like, I guess not that bad, but no one uses money here. Everyone uses Swish and cards. So like, not only do you have to put coins in to go to the bathroom, and it's like, it's 10 cents.
And there are no coins.
There are no coins. So like, you basically can't go to the bathroom in public. I remember walking around the mall like for probably 45 minutes looking for coins and then just like buying something from McDonald's and like returning it to get coins. Thing number 4 I find frustrating is that there's not really that much color here. Like everything is black and white. Like you look around our apartment, it's like black and white posters. All the interiors are black and white. I mean, you're wearing a colorful shirt, but even like people usually wear black clothes.
So many good interior designers come from like either Sweden or like Denmark. We have a very minimalistic style here, clothes and interior. Yeah. And I don't know where you would...
It's a little depressing.
Would you have a big red couch and then like a blue table?
Yeah.
I think it looks more gray here.
Thing number 5 I find frustrating about Sweden is like, this is something I actually hate. This doesn't make me frustrated. I actually hate this. Like, I hate this about Sweden.
What?
The banks. The banks are open for like 3 hours a day, Monday through Friday. I need to talk to my banker. You basically are limited between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. to go to the bank Monday through Friday. So like, basically you can never go because those are the times you work. Not only that, but when you get to the bank, yeah, you take a number as if you're like at the DMV or something, and then you sit down on a couch and wait. You always wait over an hour to just go to like a teller and talk to a banker. And the banks don't have like cash. Like you can't even like get money out of the bank. Like what is the bank for even here? What do they even have banks for? I don't really, because you go into the bank and you need to like, let's say you need to like open like a line of credit or talk to a banker. They just refer you to the website. And
I agree with you as well. I don't think the banks are so good here. But on the other hand, I almost never go to the bank because Sweden is becoming such a digital country. So you're not supposed to like even have to go to the bank. They want you to be able to do everything on your own on the website. Sweden is becoming more of a cashless society because money laundering and like drugs, like drug money and stuff. So, but I agree with you. Especially if you're coming new to Sweden, it's going to be pretty difficult.
To open a bank account here, it's easier to rob a bank in America than it is like open a bank account here. Like they give you these like little things that like.
Well, though, okay, yeah.
Like, I don't even want to get into it. Like, let's just move on from this one. Before we go on to the next thing that I find frustrating about Sweden, if you're enjoying this video, just click subscribe, click the like button, and if you have a question for us, leave it in the comment section below. We answer every single question and comment. The sixth thing I find, I guess it's not, this doesn't really make me frustrated. It's just kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's like how politically correct everything is. It's next like so shit. Next level politically correct. Yeah, it's almost like an oppression of like the press and freedom and democracy, because any dissenting opinion from like the social democrat ideology is like blasphemy. The eighth thing I don't like about Sweden is you have to get on a list to go out to like a bar or a club.
Not to a bar.
So you basically have to know someone that works there. But I guess like the States are kind of like that too. If you want to go to like a nice club, you kind of have to like know someone.
So if you know someone working at a nightclub, you just write to them, hey, can you put me on the list? And then you can be in one line outside the nightclub where you don't have to pay. If you don't know anyone, you just stand in the line, in the longer line, pay $10 or something, and then you get into the nightclub.
So that's like, actually, I misunderstood that then. So I've been, never mind. Before, I like that about Sweden though, because then we always get it for free.
Yeah, we always get it for free.
Forget I said that. Skipping to the next one. Thing number 8 that's kind of frustrating about Sweden is, this isn't that big of a deal. Like, we'll go through this one quickly. Like, you get paid once a month. I remember in America, it's twice a month, which I like. And even Australia, it's once a week. Yeah. And Sweden's once a month. People kind of just get their paycheck, they spend it, and then they don't really spend like after the first 2 weeks because they're waiting for their next paycheck. It's kind of, I don't know if it's like good for the economy, honestly, because like the spending habits are just up and down. Like, number 9, this is pretty frustrating, and I think it also kind of backfires on the intent of it, and that's Systembolaget. Systembolaget is a state-run shop or store that sells alcohol, and it's the only store in Sweden that can sell alcohol. And much like the banks, it's only open like 10 to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. And I get the point of it. It's so you can't just go out and get alcohol whenever you want, and basically stems like alcoholism. Because I know it's going to be closed most of the weekend, I'm like, oh shit, I need to buy a bunch of beer on Friday. So like I buy like stockpile alcohol on like Friday. Yeah, here's like, oh, like next weekend we're having a party, like better go stockpile all the beer at Systembolaget. The 10th thing I don't like about Sweden. Drum roll. Can you guess?
The weather.
The weather. It's the weather.
Yeah.
And this is like so overplayed. That's why I kind of saved this for last, because like everyone says
everyone
this. But like,
knows it already.
Not only are we really far north, which is known for bad weather, not only are we in Sweden, which is known for bad weather, but we're in Gothenburg, which is like the worst weather in Sweden, in Europe, in like the world basically. Like Gothenburg has the worst weather in the world, I think. It's
one of the most rainiest.
When I first came in here in September, there was a period where it rained for like 15 days. Like it didn't stop raining in the sky. Like at one point, like I didn't know it could rain for that many days in a row. Well, no, because in LA it rains. Like this is not, like I'm not exaggerating here. It rains 6 to 12 days a year or something.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like maximum 10 to 15 days it rains.
Which is not good either,
good.
Because right now, look at all the fires. Yeah. The ground is so dry.
That's the 10th and final thing, and I know you've heard it a million times. It's the one bad thing about Sweden that really kind of is just like depressing is the weather. All right, everyone, thanks for watching. If there's something that you find frustrating about Sweden, please leave it in the comment section below.